guys have had some issues with using things like Google Buzz, and how do you make sure all this stuff sort of fits under the Presidential Records Act rule, and how can you ensure the American people that you guys are following through on that?
Well, that's why we're not as bullish and have not been as all in on some of those tools, because, for example, in my office at the White House, I'm not allowed to access social media. So half the time, cool things are sent to me. I'm like, oh, what's this? Oh, blocked. Great, thanks. So we have very strict rules about what we're allowed to do and how we're allowed to communicate. But we are working closely on easing up on those rules. You may have seen we issued guidance as part of the Open Government Directive on how we would address cookies policy and related activities. These are all part of a policy framework that are making their way through the system for agencies. We did some work on how agencies can ask questions using these crowdsourcing platforms and how that aligns with what we were required to do in the Paperwork Reduction Act. So we've got legal minds working on these issues. It's a priority. Some would like us to have solved them a year ago. It's take time, but I'm confident they're going to make a big difference. By the way, this is why universities are awesome, because universities have great resources where they can expand, they can be innovative. For example, Crisis Commons just released the Oil Reporter iPhone app. It's connected to a server at San Diego State University, where anybody can take a picture or a video clip of environmental challenges, share that with the American people, post that at the San Diego State site. They've matched it up with data from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA. So that mashup is taking place not on a government server where we may have had challenges, but actually in the university context. So we're getting there. We're using all resources that are possible, but we have to be very careful not to screw it up. So we have lawyers and others making sure that we do this by the book and ensure we don't do anything that violates the spirit and the rules in which we operate.
One more question.
Hi, Aneesh. It's Mike.